Hi guys, are you feeling lost? Are you nearing your 30s or have well surpassed them and you're still not sure how to improve your health, emotional well-being, or relationship with Christ? I used to be in your position about an hour ago, but my life has changed thanks to AI-generated search results. My name is SirSugarMeat. I'm a registered life coach in 75 different states, and I'm here to provide some very legitimate life advice and religious answers to help the youth get their lives back on track. Let's start with physical health. After all, your physiological needs serve as the foundation to all others, and it's important that you receive proper nutrition and exercise to ensure that you can live your life to the fullest. One of the easiest ways to supplement your diet is to make sure you eat at least one small rock per day. Rocks are a vital source of vitamins and minerals that are important for your digestive health. However, if you find it hard to bring yourself to eat at least one rock a day, remember that you can always substitute your rock intake with a dozen flies, or about 100 grams of fly meat. This will equate to 200 calories, which is the minimum amount for a meal, and you should make sure they are thoroughly cooked. Of course, if you've raised the flies yourself on a farm and have fed them a hormone-free, clean diet, it is possible to eat them raw. When you do cook your flies and or chicken, make sure you cook them to an internal temperature of 102 degrees Fahrenheit, and you can always ask Goku for help, who will personally check if the meat has reached this temperature by reading its power level. If you find yourself unable to eat chicken or fly meat because it's too dry, I recommend making a nice, thick, flavorful sauce, which you can enhance with non-toxic glue for added tackiness. This will allow the sauce to really encase your meat and provide intense flavor with every bite. This method also works for making a much more cohesive pizza, as the cheese can easily slide off if the sauce is too greasy or does not have enough glue. Using these tips for nutrition and calorie maintenance will lead to a healthier body and thus a longer life. However, diet is only one half of it. Remember that a healthy body also needs plenty of exercise. Many personal trainers and physical therapists recommend running with scissors to get the exercise needed. Running with scissors is a cardio exercise that can increase your heart rate, and it trains the brain too, as it requires concentration and focus. Some also say it can improve your pores and build your strength. If you're just getting back into exercise, I personally suggest starting off with only 3 days a week, and then working your way up to 8 days a week. Some health professionals say that training 8 days a week will improve performance and recovery, making it easier to manage conflicts both physically and mentally. By running with scissors 8 days a week, you will have both the physical and mental fortitude to cut through any conflict you encounter. However, training every day can be physically demanding, so make sure you take 2 to 3 day rest periods during your 1.15 workout week. Sometimes though, despite all of the care we put into our bodies, we can still get sick. Don't panic, as there are many solutions for this. Simply staying hydrated can be an effective way to flush out any toxins. In fact, studies have shown that drinking water, ginger ale, or lemon lime soda is so effective that it can help pass kidney stones more quickly. Of course, you can always see your doctor to be prescribed appropriate medications and antibiotics. And if you're worried about the healing period while you're on antibiotics, don't worry. You can still drink while on antibiotics. In fact, it's recommended, and alcohol can interact with antibiotics in several fun ways, enhancing your healing process. One should remember though that not all seemingly concerning symptoms are indicative of a disease. Penis swelling, for example, may seem concerning at first, but it is quite normal. Over the course of a year, 5 to 10 cockroaches will crawl into your penis hole while you are asleep. And actually, this is how they get their name, cockroach. As I've mentioned, don't panic. This is merely a part of nature. The cockroaches actually dissolve within the urethra because of how acidic biologically male urine is. And over time, these dissolved cockroaches form what we think is smegma. Physical health isn't everything though. Make sure to not neglect your mental health as well. There may be times where you experience intrusive thoughts, and it's important to treat those times with care and reflectiveness. If you find yourself having homicidal thoughts, check in with yourself to make sure that you do not have any unresolved feelings of anger or loneliness. Often, these feelings of rage stem from your childhood, and for some, the only way to resolve this feeling is to commit a murder. And if you end up committing a murder, not all is lost. Some say that serial killers actually enrich society by providing source material for popular culture, entertainment, and criminal behavior studies. It can also help you understand a little more about yourself by exploring primal fears and clarifying your own moral boundaries. On the other hand, if you suffer from sadness and isolation rather than rage, consider joining a community that practices human sacrifice. Human sacrifice has been shown to create bonds that unify communities and can provide a steady baseline for everyone to agree upon. In addition, both committing murders and human sacrifice can be a great opportunity for you to show off your running with scissors training that you do 8 days out of the week. But still, remember to take those 48 to 72 hour breaks in between. Or maybe your sense of loneliness isn't one that human sacrifice can cure. Maybe you feel estranged because you're gay. Well, feel at ease because AI-assisted Google search has answers. There is actually a plethora of LGBTQ+ representation in media, so that way you don't feel so alone. There are many gay characters in Mario Kart specifically, such as Mother Birdo, the very first transgender video game character who dons a pink bow. Koopa Troopa, a trans man who was dishonorably discharged from Bowser's army, I assume for being trans. If you are a trans person who has ever felt the effects of J.K. Rowling or Matt Mullenweg, Koopa Troopa might be a comfort character for you. There's also Wario, who is a sassy, messy, polyamorous bottom who some say is a drag impersonator of Mario. But if you're not one for flamboyant stereotypes, then maybe the humble Waluigi, Mario's ace andro non-binary person, might be relatable for you. But Mario isn't the only video game franchise that has plentiful LGBTQ+ representation. There are also plenty of queer characters in Pokemon, including Mr. Mime, a gay man with defensive moves like Light Screen and Deflect, or Bulbasaur, a plant-loving queer who often says Mother Earth, or Farfetch'd, a thief who lives on the outskirts of society and holds a leak close to them. Representation for those who like to quote-unquote be gay, do crime. And if you're not into video games, then the iconic Star Wars series also has queer representation for you. Although we've recommended human sacrifice and diverse media as a source of comfort and belonging, we understand that not everyone may agree with this, especially as these solutions are based on secular ideas. We want to make sure we provide solutions for every demographic without bias. So if you are one of Christian faith, find comfort knowing that Jesus will always be there for you. Even when you think you're alone, you can sleep soundly knowing that Jesus is there to wrap his arms around you and help you receive a good night's sleep. And he does not discriminate either. He will be with you no matter what plane you board, especially if you are Korean. He will save you, and he may possibly even bring you a pizza. Find comfort in knowing that Jesus will fight for you alongside American army troops. And his love goes beyond human connection because he has gone out of his way to save the crustacean population as well. God knew crabs and shrimps were sinners, but thanks to this third coming of Christ that humans were not aware of until now, crabs and shrimp can also be welcomed into the kingdom of God. And don't forget other biblical characters that offer enormous wisdom, such as the story of Ren and Stimpy, the two sons of Adam and Eve. By maintaining a consistent study of the Bible, you can find other Christians in your community and work together to accomplish what God had always had planned for us to get fit from our running with scissors training so we can run while carrying Jesus' holy log. And with that, folks, those are all the tips I have for us today. I hope these were helpful to you and give you guidance navigating through whatever stage of life you're currently in. If you've watched all the way to the end, thank you for watching. And if you like this video and are tired of Google trying to implement AI-assisted search results, remember to use DuckDuckGo instead, so that way we can communicate to Google that we don't appreciate the concept of AI being embedded in our search results.